Fire and Iceman. Origin Story. The birth of Fire and Iceman. Jack Mayer was a prodigy from a young age, always fascinated by the intricacies of the human body. Born into an affluent family, his childhood was a blend of privilege and intellectual rigor. His father, a renowned scientist, and his mother, a compassionate physician, instilled in him a deep curiosity and a drive to make a difference. During his college years, Jack's passion led him to pursue a double doctorate in human anatomy and pharmacology. It was during this period that he first started experiencing unusual symptoms. Initially, they were mild, a slight chill in his left hand, a fleeting warmth in his right. However, as the years progressed, these sensations intensified. The mutated disease. After graduating with top honors, Jack took over the family business, Mayer Drug Company. Under his leadership, the company flourished, making significant advancements in medical research. But his personal life was a different story. The hot and cold flashes became more frequent and severe, accompanied by erratic mood swings. Doctors were baffled, diagnosing him with a rare, mutated form of schizophrenia that manifested physically. Desperate for a solution, Jack devoted himself to finding a cure. His relentless research led him to a breakthrough, a special steroid that could temporarily control the symptoms. However, the relief was short-lived, and the underlying condition continued to worsen. The transformation. One fateful night, during an intense research session, Jack's condition reached a critical point. The right side of his body ignited in flames, while the left side froze solid. Panicked and in agony, Jack stumbled upon a previously unknown ability to control these elements. He discovered he could project flames from his right hand, capable of incinerating objects from over 100 yards away. Conversely, his left hand could emit a freezing energy, capable of turning anything it touched to ice. The isolation. Realizing the potential danger of his newfound powers, Jack chose to isolate himself. He relocated to a secluded mansion in the mountains, far from the prying eyes of society. Despite his isolation, Jack continued to manage Mayer Drug Company remotely, ensuring its continued success. Becoming Fire and Iceman. In his solitude, Jack honed his abilities, learning to control and master the dual elements coursing through his body. His disciplined nature and sharp intellect made him a formidable force. Despite his self-imposed exile, the world outside was not free from peril. Metroville, a sprawling metropolis, was plagued by crime and corruption. When the city faced threats beyond the capabilities of ordinary law enforcement, Jack knew he could no longer stand by. Donning a specially designed suit to help regulate his powers, he emerged as Fire and Iceman. Though often underestimated by higher-tier superheroes, Jack's unique abilities and strategic mind quickly earned him a reputation as a force to be reckoned with. The dual life. As Fire and Iceman, Jack navigates a complex dual life. By day, he is the charismatic CEO of a leading pharmaceutical company, making groundbreaking strides in medical science. By night, he is a vigilante, patrolling the streets of Metroville, using his powers to protect the innocent and deliver justice. Jack's condition remains a constant struggle, with his powers flaring unpredictably. However, his determination to use his abilities for good drives him forward. He is a hero forged by adversity, embodying the duality of fire and ice, strength and vulnerability. Character development. Personality. Jack Mayer, charismatic, disciplined, and fiercely intelligent. As a CEO, he is respected and admired for his innovative mind and leadership skills. Despite his success, he struggles with loneliness and the burden of his condition. Fire and Iceman. A complex hero torn between his dual nature. His hot side is aggressive and fiery, while his cold side is calm and calculating. This duality makes him unpredictable in battle, but also a strategic genius. Allies and enemies. Dr. Evelyn Hart, a brilliant scientist and Jack's closest confidant. She is one of the few who knows his secret and helps him manage his condition. Blaze, a rival superhero with fire-based powers who often clashes with Jack, seeing him as a lesser hero. Despite their rivalry, they occasionally team up against greater threats. Frostbite, a villain with freezing abilities, obsessed with proving himself superior to Fire and Iceman. Their battles are intense and personal. Themes. Duality. Exploring the balance between Jack's fiery and icy sides, both in his powers and personality. Isolation versus connection. Jack's struggle with loneliness and his attempts to connect with others despite his condition. Power and responsibility, the burden of having incredible powers and the responsibility to use them for good. Fire and Iceman's story is one of resilience, complexity, and the relentless pursuit of balance in a world constantly pushing him to extremes.